Hello everyone, and welcome! Here come that Kodama! Oh shit, what happened? Yeah, I just cringed my girlfriend. She has to have that from time to time, and she gets too complacent and thinks I'm boring. Yeah, we're going on a Kodama hunt today because we finished the Tohoku region almost last time. And so, obviously, let's go and collect all the Kodamas in the first 3 regions today. Because we don't have that yet. We should have all of them because this channel loves Kodamas. And, yeah. So, hope everyone is doing well. There. All the Kodamas here. One missing here, so let's kill her again.
You can't speak in these lands.
Oh well. Let's just start getting the Kodamas collected. We have Kodama sense on, so let's... Wait. There's a green dot. Okay. I should have just gone back. Well. Well, I really should have only gone back. Time to go to the boss and kill it. Okay. Oh, wait.
영원 muscle up. Stop doing that long.
In. That's high bot and buy bot. That's how we do it. What are you doing? Okay, first of all, I should dodge. That should be the case. Unil. The fucking subtitles were broken. Here we go. Eight, 9 of 9, 8 of 8. Perfect. Means we are done with this region. 4, 0, 0, 3 of 3, 8 of 9, 7 of 9. Yeah. Guess we're getting going back in here. This definitely means more clearing and more killing, so that should hopefully be good. Are you fuck... Where? Wait. Oh my... Okay, how? Do I need to... Oh my god, I need to go up there. Oh my god, I found another Kodama.
Is it the ledge Kodama?
What?
The ledge Kodama?
I don't know which one you mean, but I'm in the silver mine.
Okay.
It's one very at the very beginning.
I know that.
How do I... Ah. So this is how it... Oh god, yeah. When you're a bit stupid and you don't watch out, you just miss what the devs want to tell you. Okay, how do I get on there? Is this an... And the hot spring. Hey, Seraph. How are you doing? Missed the whole level already. But, got all the all Kodamas in the first region have been found now. Going after all the rest of the Kodamas in the second region. So that's gonna be useful. I think I have everything in here. So I think in the upper areas I don't have anything else. It's alright. Honestly, it was a good idea that I said I'm not gonna do anything too strenuous today. Because, frankly, been a long day. We had some sleep in between, but it was more like, you know, two segments of like 4 and roughly 3 hours sleep both. So yeah. Oh hey, it's free. What do you drop for me? Warrior of the West? Yeah, I guess that's a thing. But yeah, I mean, been to the doctor's office today, so that's that. Well, not I, Agonia has been, but you know. Oh. Well, that didn't work out anyway. Let's climb up here again. So, yeah. There was some, at least funny stuff that happened. She basically got prescribed Iran, which is kind of hilarious. You know, the reasoning completely correct, but like, this could be, you know, a Dr. House skit. Just like, yeah, just drink Iran. Like, Iran, yeah. The Turkish drink. Don't you know it? If you're wondering why this was prescribed, actually pretty simple. We were there still because of the whole, you know, health being a bit iffy thing, and well, her blood pressure is a bit low. So like, you know, in the sense that, yeah, not the best. So basically the doctor was like, yeah, you should probably just have a bit of a higher salt intake. And then she just went like, yeah, you know what, it's summer. If you want to drink something good with salt, drink iron. Like, yeah, that makes complete sense. It's still very funny to have that be like recommended. Like, Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, you know? Sometimes the solutions to health problems are actually pretty simple. That's just a thing. But like, which is why there's like kind of a whole category in Doctor House, which we just rewatched recently, about him just being like, yeah, just do something very basic and it should be fixed. Everyone's like, wait, that's the solution? And it's like, yeah. Like, for example, one guy, works as Santa Claus and has literally problems with, well, has diarrhea problems. Also, there's a Kodama. There's a Kodama up there. I should have looked a bit harder, maybe. And so he's just like, then start smoking. And people are like, you're like, what? And he's like, yeah. Smoking helps against that to a degree. So like, if everything else doesn't help, take nicotine. It's like, yeah, unusual, unorthodox, but it does help. Similar to how he gets into beef with, he literally got into beef with an, how's it called, insurance provider, because they were like, why did you prescribe a woman, Viagra, and he was like, because she had low blood pressure. And they were like, yeah, but then you could have prescribed nitroglycerin. And he was like, yeah, but she has other conditions. Also, Viagra was actually developed to, raise blood pressure. And then got angry that guys only think with his dick when it comes to like, oh yeah, just because it makes your dick hard, that's not the primary method, right? And there we have Kodama! Cool. All of these missions Kodamas have been found. Time to kill the boss. It's like, yeah. So yeah, I'm just being like, hey, you have definitely some problems during the summer and heat. You need to stay hydrated. Just do some activity that seems like it would be nothing to help and it will fix. Yeah, like ironically, there are even some things where like, where the answer is do less exercise. Like, people are usually like, oh, get some exercise, which is true for most things, but then you also have the thing of, sometimes exercise isn't the solution. I mean, that makes the human body so fascinating, I would say, but yeah, totally agree with that. It's just interesting, and then you have just those moments where you think, yeah. And then sometimes, again, you just have this very funny lineup of, yep, just drink ayran, and you're like, the yogurt drink from every döner shop? And yeah, the moment you break it down, it's like, there's yogurt in there, so that's probiotic, so actually really good. It is, it's probiotic with water and salt. That's like, again, I just have to say it, the Go Turks, they were onto something with that drink for the summer. Maybe I should also start drinking it. I have never drinking ayran, but I like yogurt, so probably it's gonna be banger. Yeah, like that's usually the best case. I mean, hell, if there's one constant joke in Germany is that oh, you have a little bit of a cold, basically everyone just instantly sends you home and says drink tea and be lazy. I'm not kidding. It's like that literally happened. Like you feel a bit bad. I think the only ones who are going against that are most normal school teachers. But teachers suck a lot of times because they think they're petty kings, and demand respect. But yeah, no, like, fuck it. That should be. It is like if I can say one thing, okay, then the fact that if I can say one thing, why if you look, for example, for videos about people who move from the US or some even from Asia to Europe are like, this is actually where I want to be, is that work-life balance in Europe is a lot different. And I would say it depends still a bit on the country how this is lived, but at least in Germany the attitude is you work to live. You have your you have your holidays, you have your free time, and that is like mandated. There's like there's some people who like make sketches about like, oh yeah, holy shit, those are amazing conditions. They're like, yeah, that's just the basic stuff. We have to offer you that. It's like, yeah. But also like I worked, for example, at a factory once, it was just a small job, but like I felt ill and my supervisor was like, yeah, go home. Get a note from your doctor that you're ill and fucking take the rest of the week off. Because the reality is, everyone is aware that when you're ill, you shouldn't be at work. This is like the dumbest thing to do. You're working slower, you're working worse, but also you're gonna be ill for longer, you're gonna infect other people. So, like, yeah, everyone here sees being ill, and at a job as a downside. Yeah, that's it. It's kind of obvious when you spell it out, but yeah, it's like it's similar to how like what I do think it should be generally just covered unconditionally. Like we are all like also Germany is one of the rare cases of countries where how's it called? Dental is just covered. Because okay, now the camera just was fucked. Oh my, yeah. That's just like, here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like, hey, countries where you want, people want to go to, but like, I am genuinely happy that as of now, and from what I can gather, like, okay, here's the thing. We have very incompetent politicians right now. But the general attitude in the country is not at all like I wouldn't say like the most gigantic right-wing push, because like, oh my god, and I'm happy for that. Like, I would hate moving away out of this country. Like, this is not like only I like living here. It's just there is so much just good just social services, There we go. So, like, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we're still living in, like, the, most left city in the country, basically. But, like, it's still pretty good to live here. Honestly, it's expensive, so that sucks. But, yeah, but also, like, yeah, as I said, dental is just covered. In fact, we're going a step beyond that. Dental is not only covered, you're expected to go to the dentist twice a year. Expected. As in, you go there, he just takes a look if everything is okay, notes that down, maybe removes plaque that has been there or so. Free of charge, you need to pay nothing for that, and you go. The thing is, this means that, oh hey, you may be getting a bit of, maybe there's a small hole creating. Well, you know what, we catch that early. Gone. Also, since you're taking precautions and you go to the dentist twice a year, they're like, yeah, you're taking precautions. We can't do anything against that. That's just, but also, that just saves money. Like, I mean, this is weird to say that this is just like a sensible thing to do to save money for insurance companies. Because like usually the idea is just like, no, we're just not paying at all, and now they're like, and here they're just like, if you just go regularly there and have a good checkup and make sure that there is nothing wrong with your teeth, yeah. Oh yeah, so much is as backwards, and like, it's just this thing, of we have pretty good health infrastructure. Not everywhere I would say it's the best, but like, yeah. So sometimes you have to pay a little bit on top. Like for example, over the last years, Agonia, for example, had surgery. There was just a mass forming in her breast. It wasn't cancer. It was just benign, no problem. But we called up basically the leading hospital in the city and probably even in Germany for, women's health. They were like, yeah, sure, come here on appointment. And everything was covered except the room, and our part that we had to pay was $20. $20. And like, oh hey, you have to maybe add a bit to the fact if you had if an emergency vehicle, an ambulance came and like, oh shit, that costs me $10. Oh no. That's still shit we, you could still save, and, it's kind of stupid to do that, but, yeah, no. It's, and again, everyone has that, because you just get public health care in this country. And with the fact that, also an interesting thing, remember how in the US you will always get told, yeah, but we have the best hospitals for everything, and then, when you actually look into it, some random rural, German hospital actually has you know, the world-leading specialists on some weird thing. Like the city where I grew up, like it has a university hospital. It's, you know, it's actually really not one of the, not even remotely one of the bigger ones. Yeah, world-leading heart surgery department. So that's that. And again, you can just get there without needing to pay money. I mean, I worked at the place also a few times, but yeah. That's just the thing here. And it's also why I really do not want to leave, because generally it's like bam. I have my shit covered. Like, I get that some stuff should be over the counter, and I totally agree with that, but like, I am happy that I do not need to pay for shit. Totally open with that. Every time I get to go to a medical professional, it's like an anvil on my head of, oh, actually, these guys weren't in your network. Here, send us a bill if you... Yeah, no. If you're here, that will never happen. As in, like, ever.
There's an exception.
What?
People who only take private patients.
Oh yeah, okay. There are some who only take private, but like, first of all, these people are scum. Second of all, oh my god, private insurances are borderline a scam. Like, holy shit. So, just so you know, basically, what basically is that if you have work here, or, you know, you're working yourself, basically, a standard public insurer, you know, they cost, you have like roughly 700 to 800 euros per month is like the fee you pay. But again, they cover everything. So, private ones are like, oh yeah, you only cover 400, but then you know you have to pay 400. So you're like, oh, that's just half of it. Well, the thing is, by the way, if you're working, you're the company or the person you know you're working for has to cover half of your insurance. Period. That's just law. So you have to pay some stuff yourself, but like again, for most it's doable. And if you can pay, well, you can still get insurance, and it will be covered by the state, because guess what? Healthcare is a right. Anyway, so other thing that is then the case, you know, if you're in private, they're like, oh yeah, sure. You know, you pay us 400, you know, so less. But if you have some illness, you actually have to send us the bill, and you pay up front for yourself, and then we maybe cover some stuff back. So, you know, why the fuck bother? Meanwhile, publicly insured means like, oh hey, you just go to the doctor, you just put your card in, done. Literally, they just scan your card, done. You know what? They even upgraded those cards now, and get this. They upload your recipes on it now. So the doctor doesn't even need to give you a big paper bill or so. No. They can now just literally go and be like, it's on your card. And then you can go to any pharmacy you want they read the card and like, yeah, here they are, no problem. Which means you can actually order your recipes at your doctor now online, which is super comfortable. Yeah. Should have been a bit more aware what I'm doing here. But yeah. And it's just like, again, shit's just also pretty good quality. I like the whole oh hey, you know, oh you pay more because the quality is better than you say. It's just total bullshit. It's just bullshit. There he goes. And yeah, doctors are a little bit overloaded nowadays, and that sucks, and not everyone needs to go to the doctor all the time, but frankly, it's still not the biggest problem. So yeah. A small talk about health insurance, why I really do not want to move out of this country. It's just to a degree self-preservation. And like, I mean, if you have any other questions about German healthcare, I hope I can kind of answer that at least. Okay. Yeah, like, yeah, it sucks that we're not that easy to move into, I would say. But like, I mean, I'd say if you can find a job opportunity here, it's like, it's probably worth it. I mean, probably every place nowadays is better than the USA, but that's a different story, you know? Hey. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay. By the way, what is MIL? Don't know, like, I'm really not good with acronyms, sorry. Ah! Yeah, okay. Yeah, that definitely makes it a bit more tricky. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's just more me. I am not good with acronyms in general, like, I just don't know most. There we go. And yeah, thanks. So time to go up there. I think I know how I get to that Kodama. And I'm missing like 2, I think, in here. There they go. But yeah, it's... I mean, one downside actually of living here is we don't have like a lot of widespread SC usage, which can be annoying in the summer. So I guess that's one thing to consider. You know, on the one hand, free healthcare and really good work-life balance. On the other hand, no AC, so who knows what is good. yeah, it's just, it was really not, all missions but have been good. That means we have all the Kodama. Nice. Yeah, it's like, they just never really did it here because, basically, like, Germany definitely has the boiling frog problem. Like, it was only really hot, for like, if you look at this, at the 70s, the days that, the median days of getting over 30 degrees Celsius in the country were like 2 per year. That was the average. So, you know, per year you could have like 3 or maybe 1. But again, that was the average. Nowadays it's 12 or higher. So it's not nice. But a lot of people are like, oh well, you know, it was always hot, and you just sit there being like, but not this much, you fucking assholes. And then, you know, you get confronted with people that have no idea how ACs work. Or are, you know, just idiots, because then they're like, yeah, but you know, heat pumps, they cost so much. It's fucking ACs with a reverse valve. There's nothing... There's legitimately nothing new about that technology. And then people are, they just don't have any idea how good it is, like... Like, oh, but it doesn't work as well, you know, if you just have a normal one, it doesn't work as well in cold climates. And the answer is like, okay, first of all, no one in Germany did it over the last years ever get as cold, because, you know, we have the thing, the Gulf Stream, kind of keeps things warm. Yeah, it's like, I'm just quoting technology connections here, it's the closest thing we have to free energy. It's a 3-to-1 energy usage for cooling and heating. It is insanely bonkers that this isn't like widespread adopted, and like, as so many point out, they are being used in, you know, the Chicago area and Canada, and like, you know how cold it gets in North America because, you know, you don't have the Gulf Stream. Yeah, it's technology connections is like the best answer to so much bullshit when it comes to yeah, because like so many people do not know. They think, oh, heat pumps have to swallow a lot of energy. It only makes sense, and then you look at the statistics, and it's usually like only, you know, the portable ones, which are inefficient. And even then, it's like, yeah. Not the biggest issue, actually. But... again... but like, I mean, it's not that we had the chance. As government actually wanted to have a heating bill, well, it was called the heating law adaptation, which was actually also even introduced under the conservatives, so, you know, wow, interesting. But then people were like, oh, but, you know, why should I replace my, you know, a fully functioning heater when, with a heat pump? The answer is because heat pumps cool in the summer, you fucking dumbasses. Also more efficient. Also, and you're like, oh, but why don't I get some financial support for that? Well, ask the fucking neoliberals. God, I hate the neoliberals. They kind of killed everything in the last government. Which was to be expected, but like... Oh, this was so stupid. And everyone... Basically, imagine a party that only wins because they literally uploaded TikTok shit to TikTok. A lot of young voters were like, yeah, they make good points. Then they just never followed up on any of them. And the one guy who genuinely wanted to do good stuff in the government because he's... Let's just be really... He's definitely more left than neoliberal in a lot of ways. Got so pissed, he left his party when the split happened. It's like, holy shit. There we go. So yeah, full on shit show. Hooray. Anyway. But yeah, then everyone, equated it just with, heating units, and it's like, no, heat pumps are better, you dumbasses. They're like stupidly good. It's insane. It just makes sense from my perspective, but yeah. I mean, this morning I actually talked about that with someone because, like, it's just, oh, hey, it takes more energy. Yep, but without that, people die. So, yeah. Why did William just jump in the water? What? I don't know. There we go. Umibozu seems a little bit easy with a full dragon set. Just a teeny tiny bit. That was bullying. And don't forget, the first time I just fell off a platform for some reason, so... Da 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 da. I just realized I almost... Okay, so by the way, I have 9 of 9, 3 of 3, 4 of 4, and 9 of 9. Shogoku region done. Despite that, I have everything. But when you have to leave, nothing. Demon of Montier, I'm missing 1, and Falling Snow, missing 1. Oh boy. Are we really gonna bully the Yukiona again? That seems a little bit, much, but I guess we're gonna do that. Just gonna tell everyone we're still hunting Kodamas. I can tell you almost, Claire probably will join in like a bit, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh, have you feed a woo?" And I'm like, "No." Well, oh yeah, so finally now, they basically confirmed it, well, officially now, after, one of their influencers just fucked up again. Okay, so, fun fact, from what I know, Doom64 so, he actually, leaked the name of the last Battlefield game as well, in like an extremely stupid way. So like, I'm wondering what the fuck is going on that they still keep him like on the influencer mail list. It's like, wait, what the fuck? But yeah, no, it's very funny that he just like, oh my god, look at this cool swag I got. And everyone's like, so the name of the next game is Battlefield 6 then. Cool. And now they were like, yeah, we're gonna announce the game in 2 days. And like, yay, so first day. I don't know if you have time. I know this will probably be a bit earlier, but because, it's not a standard show in the evening, which I could usually restream as usual, No, they had to put it at 17 o'clock, so maybe I will do a very small hi. This is the announcement of the one series I keep playing for years, and I do not know why. So I guess small reaction, small talk, because like there's definitely still some stuff to talk about where I'm like, oh, I do hope they're just doing this to silence some stuff or make some transitions. without people bitching. So like, yeah. Oh yeah, hey, it's Battlefield 6 and we're going to New York. Not that that was leaked months ago because someone data mined the whole fucking alpha test, but yeah. New York. It's about time, I would say. It's like, you know, just let me get into a weird, you know, boomer mood with that. See, I've liked the Battlefield series to a medium amount, I would say. I kind of own every title, and I played every title while it was active because I'm weird. Yeah. Yep, I just like playing the games. That's just me. Anyway, the thing is, I also liked, you know, while they were kind of died, I liked the Call of Duty games. And so here's the thing. So there was this thing with my, for my small little brain, back in the day when I was still a fucking teenager, you know, really stupid. But that's what you are when you're a teenager. Just kind of stupid. Anyway, basically, I had these two games side by side, you know? I liked a lot of stuff that Modern Warfare 3 did in terms of, you know, just stuff in the game. It was a lot of cool stuff. But most importantly, the game opened with, like, it was just insane. You get, like, absolutely insane missions in New York. And that was cool. And you play Battlefield, and like, oh, hey, I like this one in terms of multiplayer. This one is really good when it comes to multiplayer. Would have loved to see, you know, a map in New York, maybe, or so. So that was a thing. Because, you know, we had two in Paris. They never made ones like these again. Like, okay, yeah, then the next one had in Shanghai and such, but like, this, you know, this isn't the same feeling, you know? Here's the thing. If you have, high-tech skyscraper metropolis map, that's one vibe. If you have old European style building, narrow alleyway style, that's another vibe. And yeah, had to wait over a decade for them to finally do a map in New York, but cool, it's gonna be two. Like, sorry to spoil that, it was data mined, it's to New York, so, yay. And at least two in Los Angeles, so that's gonna be interesting. Like, one of them is apparently a golf course where you drive with tanks over, which is actually pretty cool. Da 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 da. Oh well. But yeah, I am interested what they're showing on on Thursday. So yes, 5 p.m. my time. If you can be there. I mean, there's a beta like probably very shortly afterwards because they were already like talking. So fun fact, just to make this whole clusterfuck of a reveal. I mean, it wasn't really clusterfuck, just a little bit more weird. Was like, and I kid you not, they went and were like, first YouTuber just leaks the fucking name. Okay, happens. Then because we hadn't it weird enough, the devs are just like, addressed some stuff where like, listen, is this really just not a plan of you to be like, oh hey, statistics show this was more appreciated, because they're like, oh hey, you have 2 playlists, one with unlocked weapons and where weapons are not class locked and one where they are class locked. So like basically one is the Battlefield 4 system and the other one is just everyone can use everything, and you're like, okay, that's dumb, use the locked one. But I can almost see that they made it so that that they might just say, oh yeah, this one was just more popular during the beta, so this is gonna be how we're going to do this forward. Bye. Okay, bye. Hey Claire, how are you doing? Yeah, it's going pretty well. We have 2 regions already done, so hooray. I should have actually gone to the smithy beforehand, but kind of bullied a few bosses, actually. Should have seen how much I destroyed the Ubibozu. I mean, I don't know if this is actually endgame gear, but yeah. Yeah, talking about how there's gonna be the Battlefield 6 reveal on Thursday, and I might stream that a little bit earlier, still Nioh in the evening because we gotta get into DLC too, but like, I like Battlefield and I do want to, and there's a new one coming, so gotta cover that. Despite everything that's going on there and like the betas around the corner and all of that, but yeah. Huh. I just didn't get into here. Ahem. Everyone? Wait. Okay, it's okay. Sorry. Curb your enthusiasm. Not yet. Okay. That was a weird axe swing. Anyway, how are you doing? How's the day been? As said before, for us it's long day, not a lot of sleep. Just doing some relaxed farming today because that is simply better than trying to get my head banged on a new DLC level again. Nice. Also, here comes that Kodama. Oh, I have all Kodamas. Nice. I can just go off and do the story mission now, I guess. Kodama. I hope you all enjoyed the wonderful edit I posted on Blue Sky. I put very much effort into the shittiest things. Yep, I'm gonna make her cool her head. Thank you. Yep. I'm glad you like it. But da 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 da. I like opening shortcuts. It's nice. Yeah. There we go. So. I think I need to go through here. Wasn't it? No, damn. Oh yeah, hello. Oh. There we go. So now, less of a problem. All the Kodamas are here. Okay. Time to do this again. Yeah, she's still hot. I mean, can't you blame me, Claire? Also, yerp. What are you talking? It's just about to heat up. Let's get this fire burning, baby. Wait, wrong punt. It's not really OP, no. Even had the wrong element on my weapon, but eh. I mean, it's just white hair, but I just want to say again, humor cuts are great. Like, just watched like the first episode of Rock is a Lady's Modesty today. I mean, I know the manga for the first chapters of it, and like, I'm just saying, girls with black hair and a humor cut, beautiful, beautiful. Well then. Thank you, Hanzo.pinky. Yes! It's Hanzo.pinky. If this game's difficulty is fucked after new game plus. Claire. The difficulty curve is fucked. Capital F fucked. In Nioh. Like, I think the first difficulty, fine. Then it generally, if you do just a little bit of respecking and going into a good build, it's easy. Then the third difficulty rolls around, and they suddenly add more enemies with more buffs, which they do also in the fourth and fifth. And the fifth one, it is so bloated that I don't know what someone was in the chat says, like, you're basically only building one-shot kill builds with the axe. Because, yeah, that's what you do. That just be what you do. Meanwhile, yeah, I have less problems in New Game Plus than I have in the DLC, which is just Team Ninja, just a teeny tiny bit. I think maybe. Oh, it's that mission. I thought it was a different one. Oh well, let's just do this one. Wait a second. I just realized one thing. before I run into problems again, I should go to the blacksmith. Overly eager right now. I'm not overly eager, actually. You know, I'm Hayabusa, but yep, no sword is matching mine. Well, I mean, I could upgrade the Hayabusa style Kusarigama, but like, now, let's do this, shall we? And yeah, again, another level where Oda just burned it to the ground, and it's like, and literally people are like, why was Oda killed and or betrayed? And and this game just gives the answer of, Jesus fucking Christ, Oda was a monster. It's just such a simple answer, actually. You know, hey, I'm loyal. I also want to end the war. Sees that the war ends, is like, maybe you should not be in power then, though. Just saying. Which, you know what? 100% fair assessment. It's like, no lie detected here. I like the rain effect in this level. I mean, I generally like the sound of rain, you know? Oh yeah, right. You know what? Da 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 da. So. Yeah. Shut up. No, I am not. Just because I am in a cave system doesn't mean I am in a basement. For one, I am not distressed. It's not natural and it's not a basement. They dug it under their buildings, okay? Those are just tunnels. It's not a basement. Do you really think that? Do you really think I will go in that level again? No, stop it. I dislike basements. Ow. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. What the fuck? Technically yes, but like there was like a very sharp sting just like from my left hemisphere just down the neck and such. It was not nice. It's just I don't know, something happened there. Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes nerves just misfire. It's just weird. Like, you know, maybe I do need some more salt. Huh. Yeah, it's just, I don't, that's a problem. It was really just a temporary thing. And, like, unpleasant, but temporary. Hey. Also, no, I haven't not chosen the basement of the sky. Like, stop that. Well, get over here. There we go. Here's a Kodama. Oh, that's all Kodamas. Cool. That should be all the Kodamas in this region as well, though. So, yeah. There we go. Well, this one was an annoying fight. I mean, for the other one, I just didn't get the horn break, which is weird. Oh well. There we go. Let's puff. Okay. I mean, that was just weird, but I take it. Everything. Well, let's open up those paths. Because we're gonna try a rematch here. Mount Nioh, first try, New Game Plus. There we go. Well, good thing no Kodama was down here. That would have been awkward. But yeah. Hey, got that achievement done. Oh yeah, right, it's the way that Cat Clock sacrifices himself, but... It has a grab on its tail? Yeah, I guess. There we go. Okay. Yeah, what can I say? Oh, it still rains outside. That is so nice. Absolutely adore rain. Yeah. So, actually, let me just check really quickly. Is there anything in terms of achievements that I haven't had yet? Let me just check. I'm okay with that. And I have all the... well... Hanzo.png is happy. I think we have all the Kodamas in this region. We have all the Kodamas in this region and all. I think also have hot spring. Okay, we would actually enter this region now. It takes once a visit home. No. Just no. Okay? Because here's the thing, okay? It was an Omi, I think. There you go. Oh shit. We ignore the fact that I need to go back to find one singular okay, should I do Memories of Death Lily still? Oh. Well, I guess while we're at it, we can still finish this one. But then next time we go into the DLC. So weirdly enough, I am basically replaying at least all the main missions in New Game Plus, so yeah. That's what happens when you have Kodama sense. Now you just want to find all the Kodamas, because Kodamas deserve to have a home. And this is why we're doing all of this. Das Pizza. Das Pizza. There we go. Yes, that's pizza. It is a German with a dumb name, so hey, that's pizza. If you ever see this for some unholy reason, yep, I killed you because of your name. Enjoy. It is like, you have that kind of name. It's just a challenge. Oi. Oi. Nice. A better bow. I thought so, there was something here. Oh well. So, time to find the last Kodama in his mission. And then beat the boss. Da, 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 da. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot. Like, I don't know, we have, there's not that many topics. Oh yeah, but then, big company is corrupt again, obviously. And I say obviously, it's just... It's just like, I don't know, when you're making money off of the back of popularity of certain characters, don't scam them out of money. You know, especially money for charity. I don't know, just I have. Yep. It's like, I mean, let's just be real here. It's definitely gonna be done with a lot. Like, a lot of agencies will treat that like shit because, like, it's the idol model, and the whole idol industry, pop industry, what it copies, is just a completely broken, rotten core. But this one is just especially. It's like. It's just like, again, I wrote already about it on Blue Sky, but like, the level of pettiness that this has is insane, because like, this isn't money, you know, this isn't like, you know, oh, the biggest amount of money in the world for a company, but it's enough money to just like ruin your PR. Like, here's the thing. Running a business 101 means you, as the business owner, should, you know, you have two priorities. Well, you have one priority and two ways to get there. So the priority is you want to keep your employees loyal. So you can actually achieve that in multiple ways. Let's just be very direct here. The easiest one is, don't be a dick. Like, here's the thing. You can be a shitty company, but like, as long as you give your people a feeling that you're appreciated, they will stay loyal. Okay. Is this again a situation where the chef just bought a new house and couldn't pay shit anymore? Is it that again? Yeah, if like, I read that and was like, you do not want to have a public outfall over a liked person, and like, okay, Okay, so how should I put it the best way? Especially, do not do it from a liked public figure that is disabled. For charity. It's like, they did the double whammy of, oh my god, you want to nuke your whole image completely. Like, here's the thing. Iron Mouse has a sympathy bonus. And the fact that she just kicked this whole thing off is like, a lot more people will stand behind that. Because again, this is stolen from someone who is disabled for charity. The optics are horrible. Again, like, we're talking PR 101. Do not do this. Specifically, this. But when you think, you know, you can get away with bullshit and... Yeah. Like, that's the thing. The thing is, humans act usually very emotionally. Sometimes that is maybe not the most sensible ways that are. But I said, you stole from a fucking disabled person. People hate you. Like, there's a reason why, you know, the saying, the whole stealing candy from a child is a saying because, like, yes, it's easy, but only, like, the worst people would do it, and, like, stealing charity money from a disabled person is, like, so close beneath that. It's like, good lord. Yeah. It's like, this is what I'd say. This is so ridiculously petty that you're wondering who approved this. Because it's like someone high up 100% feels entitled to that. Who thinks that money should be theirs, you know. It's just so stupid. And again, the other thing I wanted to point out is, if you want to keep your, you want to keep your employees loyal. Again, the best thing you do that is pay them well, don't be an asshole, and have, generally be just nice. That's, ironically, usually enough. Double ironic, I would say. That's why you have jokes about, oh, I brought free pizza to the job. It's like, well, that's not insurance, but generally, the fact, bringing free pizza is already seen as nice. That's so simple as this, you know? Do you have the choice between stealing from the disabled versus bring pizza? And it shows the fucking stealing. It's like... Again, it's not like I don't know these kinds of people. That, rather burn bridges because money is so important to them, they just literally rather have, you know, no connections than anything. It's one of those things. No one will say no to free pizza, even those people that are lactose intolerant. We fucking crave that cheese. We are addicted to it. Anyway. Like, it's a little bit of a sympathy thing, but yeah. It's that age-old thing of, you know, some people just think they deserve all the money, and, you know, if they don't make all the money, they get angry for not having all the money. Hello. Nice, all Kodama's done. Like, that's I had a situation like that in my with my relatives, and like, wow. Like, here's the thing, you know? Maybe I am a little bit, you know, naive, a little bit, you know, rose-eyed or so. But I do think there's usually some friends or also relatives that will stick with you. You know, you just know them, and even if you don't have a lot of contact, just don't fuck it up. You never know who will be like the last person to stand by your side, period. But like, one of my uncles just burned it all to the ground because, I guess just to have a bit more money from the inheritance. Which was definitely very cool. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, it's like, yeah. Like, he pulled a lot of shit, like, some really personal stuff as well. But like, yeah, no, everyone just cut him out because that was just straight up bullshit. And like, we have it. The defiled castle would be next, actually. And the eager escape. But that's not what we're gonna do, because we have the siege of Osaka. And we will go there next time, I would say. But yeah. It rains really nicely. I hope you can hear that a little bit. Yeah. I know it's hard to tell. Yeah, probably. Would need to tune. Wait a second. You hear that? Oh well, but yeah. This was some Nioh. We made some really good progress today, and yeah, Thursday. DLC 2. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, just to yap a bit here. I said to everyone who's still wondering, tomorrow is still System Shock 2 co-op. We have some stuff to do there. Thursday we're gonna do gonna do a very small one with the reveal. That's just I guess I should cover that because and then we start the DLC, and otherwise, yeah. Hope you enjoyed that again. Holy shit, we're almost at 79 hours, almost 80 hours poured into this game. Worth it, actually. It's very fun. On the other hand, yeah, it's just, some people are just really like, the thing is, I hate the word greedy to a degree, like, the thing is, we live in a capitalist system. Everyone in power is incentivized to do is accumulate money. That isn't directly greed. I think the word is again overused. I just say like, this is the logical outcome, because like when people are like, oh, but they want all the money. Yes, because that's literally how companies work. But like, again, when you're a company, there's usually still this line you should not cross, because it's just bad. And again, when I look at what this agency did, it's just like, yeah, not pay people minuscule amounts. That's the thing. We like, when we talk about greedy and petty, okay? And people come like, oh, companies demand, $70 for games. That's expensive. I get it. It sucks. But like, this isn't something where someone, where the CEO says, we're gonna, increase the prices like that. That's like, there's a whole machinery like going through that. A whole machinery. The thing is just, when you look at something like that, where someone is, not paying the people they employ, in a business where they rely on their imagery, and also not paying freelancers they hired, about, over sums like 3,000 I say as someone whose dream job used to be burglar because I wanted to do one very hard thing once and then never work again. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just like, that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. But when a company isn't paying someone, over those amounts of money, these things, it's either because they're fucked, and then, people wouldn't really be mad. They would maybe be mad that it's over, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you here. Most times when I heard that, a business went under and they couldn't pay people anymore, people were sad, they kind of hated, but they still, they weren't that mad, There were enough studios, for example, in the games industry, they were just like, we ran out of money, and people were like, looking for a new job, this sucks, I can't get paid, but, they ran out of money. But the other part is more like, again, some CEO says like, I deserve that money because I work so hard. And again, you're a company, $500,000 is not a lot for you, but also paying freelancers on $3,000 is what the fuck is wrong with you? Again, the optics are so insanely bad. This is like I know satire is dead. It had been murdered with a sledgehammer behind a fast food chain restaurant. It just happened, okay? The blood is on the floor, nothing to laugh about here anymore. But like, this is some fucking cartoon bullshit. Like, this could be a Simpsons. There is gonna be a Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns did something exactly like that. I can almost guarantee you that Mr. Burns or some equal character did something like that in The Simpsons, or just because they were like, you know what, this might just be over the top, but people get the point. Because like, who does that? Who looks at we don't pay people and hope they just stay silent? Because that's the thing. I always alluded to the second point of keeping people in line at work, and that is fear. You can be a nice person. You can pay them. You can, connect to them to a degree. You can, have the free pizza. Or, well, here's the thing. And that's the thing. Yeah, but the funniest part about that is, the Trump tries to do fear. Every fucking autocrat thinks they can rule with fear. And you know what? All of them are fucking stupid. They are so idiotic, because the thing is, every autocrat that got into power didn't get into power with fear. They kept people in line with fear. But here's a crucial thing. He doesn't just pay people. Oh yeah, fair. That's just true. I mean, again, what do you think about Mr. I'm best friends with Epstein, and I, sign a letter with my name and imply that it's pubic hair? Because do you think that person really pays people? No. Anyway, thing is, if you go and, look at people like again, every single autocrat that in some form had a longer reign, quote unquote, because most of them usually start a war, and but like, the thing is, you still need to have something for people to at least accept being in line for. Like, yeah, for example, everyone knew in, for example, let's just go for the famous one, Nazi Germany. Everyone knew that, you fall out of line, they will investigate you. But here's the counterpoint to that. No one, like, the vast majority didn't live in that fear, because they're like, well, as long as I don't fall out of line like those stupid idiots, I'll be fine. What I have right now is good. And this is how it works. Like, they don't rule with fear. Like, there is fear. But it's the same thing with, when people are like, well, What do you mean with data security? I have nothing to hide. That's the same fucking mentality. The same fucking mentality. Because everyone who goes overboard, yeah, you can rule for a while. Usually not a long time, because people hate you. Yeah, the line can be moved, but like, there is usually some consistency, because here's the thing, if your line was that arbitrary, then again, the line is arbitrary, but it has to have this wiggle room of, arbitrariness, where it's like, every normal person can convince themselves they know where the line is. That's how this works. I simply won't concern myself because I'm not a criminal. People who can so easily be made criminals. We have to give people at least an imagined zone of comfort. Yes. Because again, if you don't do that, you are isolated fast. Because, what?
It's the inability to provide like a level below you that you're afraid of.
Yeah.
Like, people can't be afraid of not getting money if they're not getting paid.
Yeah. And the thing is, again, what I want to say, if you look at autocracies or, autocratic run systems, usually you have to keep people loyal, at least a very specific amount of people. This is why the vast majority of money a dictatorship gains goes into generals. Because, holy shit, do you need to have, loyal generals? Because basically the pact is, they have the power to execute stuff, because, someone has to run the army, but they need you because you're a good, figurehead, because they couldn't do that. The moment someone thinks, oh, hey, I'm more popular, you're fucking done. You're just fucking done. That's the thing. Either you have someone stronger backing you, and we have like one person who has survived so far in history with that, and that's North Korea. No, North Korea doesn't keep existing because people love Kim Jong-un so fucking much, no matter what some tankies online will claim. The thing is, it keeps existing because it was backed first by China and now by Russia, and both of them to a degree, because it just kept being like, hey, you need us, so please help us keep all the troublemakers in line. And that's how it works. Because if you're not that, no one will give a fuck about you. A good example, Pol Pot. Biggest piece of shit in human history, almost. I know, could actually get the medal for that. Like, he was really fucking unpopular. But here's the thing. Remember who toppled the Khmer Rouge? Vietnam. And the thing that happened was Vietnam went in, stomped them out. And this was during the height of the Cold War, and the Soviet Union and NATO were both like, yeah, no, we're not gonna interfere, then fuck this guy. They're just cleaning up the mess for us before, we can, no one intervened. They were alone. You're dead. You need to have friends. Anyway, yeah, as you can, when you're generals, you're fucked, because the generals just ask themselves, can I be trusted? Yeah, that's it. A similar thing with, South Africa that was basically also really unpopular, and then made multiple invasions into, how was it called? Well, I think it was Namibia? On the west coast, north of them, they invaded there because they were like, we need to watch out. And you know who fought them? Fucking Cuba. You'd think the USA would jump at the chance of, dealing a blow to Cuba, sending troops and generals somewhere. But no, same story. They were like, yeah, fuck South Africa. They're taking care of that problem. We're just leaving them alone. Like, don't be unpopular piece of shit again. And if you're like, why are you talking about autocratic systems so much, Nia? Because this is still how you run a fucking company. Like, yeah, everyone's like, oh, I'm a Machiavellian genius. I can. No, you don't siphon off money for yourself. You siphon off money to keep people in line. And again, you steal from the disabled. You steal money for charity from the disabled. You just made image suicide. Congratulations, idiot. I can say more than that. Like, you know what? This is one of those situations where I don't really think, there's a lot of stuff when, news break, where people usually, draw lines fast and are like, oh, and you can see there might be more to it. And it probably needs some, work up and all that stuff. But this case, no. Whoever did it, guilty as fucking charged. Like, again, you do not, withhold $500,000 from someone who basically raised it for charity for a year. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And also, yeah, again, more people were like, yeah, we haven't paid either. Cool. That company is gonna get dismantled, I tell you. Anyway, this one was a bit of a rant. Oops. So yeah, see you all tomorrow. Gonna have hopefully a good time with System Shock 2, and Nioh continues on Thursday. Hopefully you will also be there. For a year is also incredible. It's incredible. It's like, how do you not resolve your finances in that time as a company? Like, yeah, that's the thing. They are popular. They're big. It's like, how did it even take this long? But yeah, have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. If that story escalates, we have something to talk about then. And maybe Agonia is with us then. But I don't think she can add much more than, yep, people suck. Anyway, have a good night. Bye.